Well, hail to you, champions. JayReimsGaming here. Hope you all are having an incredible day. Hopefully, I will earn your subscription today. So definitely take a look around, see what you like on my channel. If you enjoy this video, definitely take a moment, like and subscribe, and share with family and friends, as well as check out all the information in the description down below. And don't forget to join the Champions of Rhymes Discord. Really do appreciate it. So today, I want to talk a little bit about mistakes. I want to talk a little bit about where I have lost a bit of money over this past month in June. It's kind of sad. It is what it is, and I'm working through it to move forward. But so I did buy a while back. I bought a full case of Silver Tempest ETBs, and I was really hoping I would get at least one or two of the top 10 cards. We were opening up about 100 packs, so I was hoping that was going to be the case, but looking for those cards was more difficult than I had anticipated, and I know it was a little bit of gambling there. And unfortunately, I bought a lot of very expensive bulk. I think I maybe got enough cards that I was able to sell maybe 30, 40, maybe $50, if that. The rest is just into the bulk box, which is really, really sad. So I kind of lost about, I'd probably say $200 to $250 on that particular purchase. I'm hoping that I can get some of that back, maybe another $100 or maybe $150 once I can get those bulk boxes put together and find a reasonable balance of making sure that it's a good value for you guys, as well as it kind of makes up a little bit of that money back. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to make it all back, but at least get some of it back. And I did make one other mistake. I decided to buy a big stack of Pokemon cards, probably about 1,000 Pokemon cards in all, in this collection bulk buy. And really nice gentleman. He was out with his wife and kids, and he was kind of distracted, and he seemed really, really nice, and he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. And the cards, I was like, okay, so this is current market value. Is like, yeah, it's current market value. It's like, all right, cool, great. And he initially set this all up for about $600 or so, just for the hits. So I countered with 300. He countered again with 400. I was like, okay, 600 versus 400. After eBay and fees, I might make 75, $100. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Shook on it. Went back into town. I had to do one more town over because for whatever reason the the Wells Fargo was not working, the ATM at the time, so I had to go one more town further north, and I was able to get cash that way. And then by the time I got home and I took a look at the cards, I'm like, hey, some of these look like really cool. I decided to take one of the cards out and take a look at it, be like, okay, this was 110, let's see what it's really going for. And I was really disappointed when I found it was going for like $5 or $6, and that made my heart sink. And so these have been sitting for a while, for about 2 or 3 days, and finally got a chance to go through it. It's not as bad as I thought it was. This particular collection, estimated value around $300, $310. I bought it for $400, so I'm down about $90, $100, sadly. But it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. We thought it was going to be more like $200 or $300 down, but once you accounted for everything, it wasn't too bad. So here's just a little bit of preview of what I got here. So Prime Catchers going for about $8, $9. Actually, no, sorry. This is my bulk. Sorry, my bad. This is like bulk. So these were like, I think, $2 or $3. Calvel, I think, is going for about $1. Lechonk, I think, is going for about $2. Rayquaza VMAX, about another $2. Corviknight, I think, is going for like $1 or $2. Radiant Teresa, about $1. So a lot of this is just bulk stuff. He just kind of overpriced a little bit, and it could have been, I like to think that people were just like blissfully ignorant. He was busy with his kids or his wife and just like, well, I'll just throw a number on here and hope I get the best. But that's what I like to think. I don't want to feel like it was nefarious or whatever. Fairy Giraffe, a lot of these just a bulk rare, sadly. Nothing super, super interesting out of here. I did like that Pikachu. As cute as it was, unfortunately, it's not worth a whole lot. Mirrodin, Wug Trio, and this is where the other V's are here. Some more like $1 or $2 bulks are here. I actually really enjoy that Bolthound illustration there. It looks actually kind of cool. And Victinia, super cute. Peace. And this is kind of where it kind of takes a little bit of a turn, which was kind of good. And I was super excited. Unfortunately, it didn't balance out. And, it was honestly my fault. I didn't sit down and actually go through eBay and each and every card that he was selling and be like, okay, well, actually, I know you're listing it for this. This is what it was last sold. So I can do, 70, 80% of whatever that is. And I didn't really wheel and deal that very well. It was one of my first ones. You live and you learn. Unfortunately, it definitely hurt the pocketbook, and that's like $400 less between the new Pokemon ETBs as well as this collection. So I'm down $400. So making that up with collection buys and stuff like that, mixing, matching, and flipping, and it's going to take a little while to get it back up, but I think I'm good for it. So we got a Charmander Black Star promo, maximum belt. These are the ones I was thinking of that are going for about $8 or $9 each, which are actually kind of up, which is really nice. I think the last one I sold it for was like $2 or $3. The top part of Lugia break for $2 or $3. Gallade basic energy I think is going for around $4. Mucini, Litten, super adorable. Unfortunately, not really going for a lot, but I think it was a $4 or $5 range. Bramblin, Metagross, Ghastly. I think this is one of the bigger hits. I think it was going between $14 and $16. Last sold lowest on eBay. Sandy Gast, Miss Magus, I think was going for about $4 or $5. Rayquaza VMAX, unfortunately, like $2 or $3. Actually, no, I think it was like about $4, but Urshifu VMAX, I think it was going for around $8 or so. Blastoise GX, sadly, this is the one he was listing for $110. Last sold was about $6, sadly. Super cool art though, and super cool. Gengar EX, I think is going for about $14 or $16. Quaquaval EX going for about $8 or $9. This is the big one. I'm not really sure where it's at. I think the last sold, they took what do they call it? They took an offer, but I think the last sold was probably between like $60 and $70. So that might be making up a lot of my money just from that one alone, which is cool. GM Pow, a couple of dollars. Raging Bolt EX, a couple of dollars here and there. Scizor, I think that was probably about $5 or $6 as well. Gengar EX, a couple of dollars there. So nothing super crazy, but it's just one of these things, guys. Like if you do get into the the card flipping reselling game, this is just one of those examples. Like you could think that something is worth something, and it unfortunately is not what you think it is. And so it's always really, really important to go by eBay's lowest last sold in the buy it now section, and that should give you a pretty good idea of what it's valued at. Maybe up, maybe like 5 or 10% off of that, possibly. I always go by the lowest, and then I kind of go from there between 70-80% depending on the situation. And so far things have been going good outside of this, and so once this happened, I actually got right back on the horse, and I put out another 4 or 5 different bids on some collections over on Facebook, and I got 2 small ones. I got that $26 one and that $45 one, and I was up. I think one of them was like 40%, the other one was like 60-70%. So even though there's not going to bring a ton of value in, I was able to actually assess it a lot better. It's just one of those things, guys. You got to look out for those kinds of things. So thank you so much for watching another collection buy. I really do appreciate you guys. Definitely learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Get back on that horse. And from my family to yours, good night, champions. Love you very much.